Hello, welcome to the Comment Below Advent Calendar, a podcast where every day in December we will rummage through a different topic of Christmas. We delve into the mess that is our social media, finding the seasonal stories you may or may not be talking about. You can listen to us every day on your favourite podcast app, but we're also on YouTube. Just search Comment Below Podcast and follow our adventure through this year's Yuletide Yak on video. Isn't that right, Ben?
That is correct, Alex.
Now,
and we...
Yes? I was going to say, do you know what day we're on today? Because I think you may have got the wrong day on a previous video.
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
We are on day 5
Really?
of our Advent calendar,
Okay.
which means we need to get the Advent calendar out and see what our topic is. So you ready?
I'm always ready. Again, if you're not watching this on video, you're missing some quality Advent.
This is the Advent calendar that tells us what our next topic is. So number 5 is, are you ready?
I am.
It is worst Christmas gifts.
Oh, okay.
So the worst Christmas gifts you have received or that you know about, or, you know, what the people think. So,
I mean, we're basing it on a poll that was on the Metro website for people who have voted what the worst Christmas gift is. And to be honest with you, I feel like that it's more of a kind of like the worst gifts because they're a necessity to some people. Do you not think? But also, like, do you buy gifts kind of like to hint at people that perhaps they need to improve their hygiene?
no, but maybe that's why they're counted as worst gifts, because like it can be seen as like a...
I think people do though.
Do you?
Yes, I worked in a job where we've done a Secret Santa amongst ourselves, and I've heard many a muttering where someone's received someone who perhaps maybe doesn't put or wash as often as they should do, and then they're like, I'm going to get them a box set and tell them they need to wear it.
That's ridiculous.
It's cruel. It's a bit cruel, but at the same time, you know, there's the fine line. Do you need to tell people this? Is it cruel to be kind? But do you have any Christmas gifts that you had and you've thought to yourself, why do I bother?
I remember I think, this may sound horrible because I may be wrong, but I think it was my granddad, like the year before when his wife died, my nan, and he was doing, because obviously my nan used to do the Christmas gifts, I think.
What, for your granddad?
No, for the kids, the grandkids. So I think it's
your
first...
grandkids, if it's his... Hang on, is it your mum or...
My granddad,
your granddad's
my
wife?
nan, yes, she passed away. Well, maybe in the first or second year where he had to do the Christmas gifts and not her.
Right.
Once. So he's really doing it too. I think one of them was like a biro in a box, and I was just like, oh. But I was like, thanks.
What, big biro?
I think so.
How fancy was the box? I mean, the box probably cost more than the biro.
I don't remember it being a pen. It may not be a biro, but I was just like...
Surely it was like a fancy pen.
I don't know.
With like a name on it or something. That was a bit mean.
No, I didn't mean saying it. But I remember at the time thinking, oh.
Because you can buy a pack of 10 biros for like a couple of quid. Like, that means he spent like 20p. Like I say, he probably spent more money going to Paper Chase and buying like a box for the pen. Bless him.
So I think socks were there. You know, the normal, the things that are a bit like, when you're a kid, it's like, oh, now I love all those.
I was going to say, I don't know why people get disappointed about having socks, because genuinely, I love...
You don't want to buy them
socks
yourself, do you? Because you can't be bothered. So it's nice when people buy them for you.
So socks aren't cheap, unless you buy it like in a bulk load, like 10 socks, which for work, fine, I might buy like a pack of like warm socks. But like, if you want some like day socks...
I remember it was the first Christmas at your parents actually, and they bought me a present, I didn't know this, but they wrap it in a box which isn't the present, and I opened it and it was like a landline telephone box.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, I have to pretend. I was like, oh, thanks. I was like, why you bought me a landline telephone? And then there's actually a gift inside it, and I was like, oh. But for a while I was like, oh, thanks. I just put it on the floor and didn't open it.
What, you didn't even open the box?
No, I thought it was a landline.
I remember that. That's funny.
It was like a BT, like, you know, like the ones you get sent when you get a landline.
Well, when
like
in the 80s when you first started BT.
It was one like that. It was like a corded landline phone, and I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, no, I should have warned you, shouldn't I? At the time, my parents have a tendency of keeping boxes and then putting parts and things. They expect that box back as well.
That was confusing.
Like if they go to someone's house and they give you a present and like there's something in a box that the present isn't of, then you have to take it out of the box and then return the box back to my mum and dad, or else they'll be very disappointed. When my mum my mum is unwell. When my mum got sick, though, my dad started to take responsibilities of like writing cards and presents and stuff like that. And it has shown again
it's like my granddad.
The standard's gone a little bit further down. Like my mum used to put a lot of thought into like a Christmas present for me each year. And then maybe get like a little kind of off shot, like maybe I don't know, some cat, like £10 in a card or something like that. Now my dad's just like gives me an envelope and it's got a wad of money in it. And he's like, "Here you go, Merry Christmas." A bit again,
like my dad.
Yeah, a bit like what your dad did.
So what about this person on Reddit? This is a thread about worst Christmas gifts. So temporary glitter metallic tattoo kit made for 8-year-old girls, butterflies and phrases like "girls rule," where I was a 15-year-old male.
I mean, if I got that now, I'd be happy with it. I'd literally wear it to your mum and dad's Christmas dinner this year.
One year,
Just letting you know.
one year when I was a kid, my parents brought me a computer mouse. What makes it bad? What makes it bad is I didn't have a computer.
Oh, okay. It feels a bit like when a parent goes into a video game store and they say, "Right, what's the best toy? What's the best game I can get my kid this year?" And they literally go to the bargain bucket because they need to get rid of them. And plus, probably they get a commission for it. And they say, "Oh, this is a good game."
Well, this person said they got the walkthrough guide to Pokemon Crystal. Note, not the video game, the book, the guide. I didn't have the game.
I mean, the art might be quite nice in that, though.
Maybe.
It's like to look through. Did you, when you used to get a video game, this is the old days when they used to pack up the manual, used to, like, because if you got it for like a birthday present and you had to go to school that day, because you were so excited about playing the game, you'd take the manual into school and just read it cover to cover and look at all the pictures.
And they had manuals.
That was such a...
This person said, I got a pair of pajamas that were identical to a pair I was already wearing as I was unwrapping the gift. Thanks, Mum.
Again, I don't see a problem with having two of the same thing, because then you always will have, if you like something, you always have a spare one ready for if that ever gets damaged. Look at me defending the present choices here.
So the Metro poll then, what are the sort of gifts that were voted the worst ones then? Do you want to go through some?
Okay, well, number 10 was pants, which any American listeners, isn't trousers, it's underwear.
Agree, disagree.
Helpful, useful. Nice.
Yeah, I like
Just not the novelty ones. Don't get the ones where you've got like Santa's like or a reindeer nose on the front of it or anything like that.
You're like Homer Simpson on them or something.
Yeah. No, just nothing like that. Just a plain pair of underwear. A nice box of Calvin Klein's, I think, is a nice.
Does it matter who they come from? Is it a bit weird if like your nan's bought you some Victoria's Secret underwear or something?
I mean, no, unless Victoria's Secret. I would say no. I would say yes, but then at the same time, I think women do buy women. I think that
it's even worse if the husband buys it.
Mums buy their 8-year-old daughters it. That's inappropriate.
Okay.
Not looking at anyone I know, but I think I don't know, if my nan bought me like a sexy pair of like leather pants, then I might be a bit like, "Nan, are you sure?" But if she bought...
Well, she was like, "Well, your granddad used to wear the ones like just like this and he looked amazing the day I met him."
Then I'd be worried, because I think that my nan is comparing me... First of all, I'd be worried that my nan's having a slow like brain breakdown and think that I'm her grandfather. It'll be like that. As long as she doesn't fancy me, like buying them because she wants me to look like my granddad. Okay. No, this is going into perversion.
So number 9.
Yes,
number 9, garden tools.
I'd be pissed off to hell if
I don't like garden. But
I don't like garden either.
Again, it's gardening, but it's a thing like you don't want to buy that yourself in the year, so maybe it's helpful if someone gets it for you, just so you don't have to buy it.
I mean, your dad bought us as a housewarming gift a toolkit.
Come in helpful.
And it has come in helpful, to be fair. So...
And number 8's a bit weird, batteries.
Yeah, batteries should just be part of a present. There shouldn't be a present. You shouldn't just be like...
Do you wrap the batteries if they come with a present separately?
If they come with the present, no, you just say, "I've got batteries for that."
I think Michelle Visage said, I remember a podcast somewhere, that she said her mum and dad used to wrap each battery individual so they had more to unwrap because they didn't have much presents.
Do you know what that is literally akin to? There's an episode of Bottom, Rick Mail and Adrian Emerson, and it's a Christmas special. And because Rick Mail wanted to make oh God, what's his name? Eddie's character, Eddie. Eddie hated Christmas, but Rick Mail was like full into Christmas, a bit like you and me. And so, in order to make like Christmas really special, he dressed up as Santa Claus and then wrapped every single individual part of a Christmas dinner in Eddie's stocking. So
dinner.
Yeah, so he made, because that's all they can afford.
Right.
Not very wealthy. It's hilarious because there's a scene in it, and he goes, It's another Brussels sprout. And then you just literally see this complete Christmas dinner on his bed that he's wrapped up bit by bit by bit. He's wrapped each Brussels sprout individually. It's hilarious. If you can find it on streaming, do watch the Christmas special on Bottom. We may be talking about Christmas TV specials that we love.
How do you know?
Of
You
Advent.
haven't seen the Advent calendar.
I just got a feeling Santa whispered in my ear last night.
So
I told him to stop nibbling my ear, Santa. You
So
cheeky
socks,
monkey.
we've already talked about. 7's number socks. Number 6 is a Christmas jumper. A bit stupid to buy that Christmas day because
you'll be wearing
need for it.
I mean, you get it first thing in the morning, it's fine, but you might as well buy the Christmas jumper before Christmas event. I am a one and done jumper person, as you can probably tell if you've been watching. I have had this same Christmas jumper.
You don't need more than one.
I totally agree. And again, so if someone bought me a Christmas jumper, fine. But I would wait until I've used this one up to its full extent. Its life has ended. But this is honestly one of my favourite Christmas jumpers I've ever bought. And I bought it in little.
Little plug there.
How about
So number 5 is a bit odd.
a toilet roll holder?
Yeah, I don't think that. Has anyone ever done that?
Not in my life have I ever been given a toilet roll
No.
holder. I
Don't
think
feel that's real.
this was taken last year, and I think that's maybe a pun on COVID because remember toilet roll was
if you
going
stop,
short.
yeah.
So it was like maybe people were like going, ha 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 ha, here's some toilet roll. So I would imagine that perhaps that was maybe a bit of a mistake somewhere, or it's a joke. People have been buying. I don't think you'll see that again in a poll in the next 5 years.
Number 4 though is a staple of a bad present, which is again something that like a brother would buy.
Or a nan.
Or a nan, yeah, from Boots, where they get a little pack of the shower gel deodorant, Lynx Africa.
So when you walk into a room, you literally overpower the whole room with the smell of Lynx Africa.
Yeah.
I am a believer that I think that Lynx is actually being given a really bad rep. It's their own fault because
Their own advertising.
because for years they've been advertising toward teenagers. When I was a teenager, and all my friends all used to use Lynx. Like everyone used Lynx. Axe, sorry, if you're outside the UK, it's Axe. But it's actually not that bad. I smell it now,
No,
and
it
I'm
is.
like, it's really
is.
not. And I think Lynx are trying quite hard now to try to get into the more 20s market.
Oh, they need a rebrand because they've not rebranded in a long time.
It's a shame, though. I think
I would not trust.
it's their own fault, but I don't think they're doing badly from it. It's just that it's their own fault that they kind of aimed
Well,
towards.
it's a good market because they spray when you were like 15. You spray so much of it, you have to buy it all the time. So
true.
So then
It's like a cloud.
So top 3 then quickly, go.
Number 3 is a onesie.
That's weird.
Onesies are dumb. Well, who would get a onesie? Because if you need to go to the toilet, you have to take the whole damn thing off, which kind of takes away the point of a onesie. A
it's
onesie
not
is meant to
easy.
keep you warm. And especially on Christmas Day, you're drinking, you're eating. You're going to be on and off that toilet constantly.
Right.
You are. I'm sorry. I'm just basing facts here.
It's the second time we've mentioned that,
Well,
so that's fine.
it's true, though.
Yeah,
So why do you get a onesie? You know what you need. I'm pointing at you again. You know what you need. You need a snuggie, a poncho thing.
I don't like any of that. It's all too
I've
strict.
got one, and I will be wearing it at the end.
I'll be
of this
wearing my
Advent
one
calendar.
t-shirt that I'm wearing now, and that's it.
No, that's coming out on the Christmas Eve episode.
Right.
Office desk gifts. I mean, again,
That's not my world. I've never had an office desk, so I don't
Well,
care.
That's like putting a biro in a box.
Granddad.
But again, I think it's what office desk gifts. I'm presuming is like those balls that go kunk 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 kunk.
And number 1's pretty much related to novelty tie, which we all wear
What to the Christmas?
as part of your
jumper?
yeah. As also like an office guy, like wear it to the office on Christmas to be funny. It's like
I
no.
can't stand novelty ties.
No.
I cannot stand them. My
Basically, people who work in offices, males who work in offices, are getting bad gifts. I bet they're getting Lynx Africa. I bet they're getting a Christmas jumper. They're getting a novelty tie and a thing to put on their desk.
So do you think
No one cares about them.
they predominantly ask people who work in offices these questions?
Or they're the most uncared for. The men
in office, they're
the men
fine.
in offices.
They're happy.
They don't. No one cares. They buy their wife a Pandora bracelet probably.
Novelty ties, a certain type of person has a novelty tie, and it instantly makes me think, I don't like you, which is a shame.
Okay.
I mean, it's just so, isn't it? Novelty
none
ties
of
are just
these-
it's like they're trying to show their personality through a piece of fabric, and that frustrates me.
Oh,
Says
I
the man
know.
wearing a Christmas hat.
So the ones on that list then, socks and pants stuff you don't mind as a gift
Yeah,
to
fine.
you, but
Why are you writing that?
no, but I'm just summing up the episode.
I'd be happy with a toilet roll holder. Actually, we need one.
We've got a cupboard.
No, toilet roll holders when you're using the toilet roll. We have one on the left-hand side, but you refuse to use it. Every time I put it on the left-hand side, you take it off the left-hand side and then put it on top of the shelf on the right-hand side.
Well, I'm left.
So then that leaves us with the
I'm left-handed.
situation.
so
Again, if you watched the video, you would have known what situation that would have been. Well, so that's better, isn't it? If it's on your left side. Pardon. Anyway, yes. So to sum up, pants and socks are fine by me.
You're okay with those gifts. What would be a bad gift? Anything?
Novelty tie. If you got me a novelty tie,
I don't wear
I would
ties.
burn it.
Lynx Africa is like the one
I
where
would be happy with Lynx Africa.
no,
used it.
I used to just leave it or give it to someone if they gift. That's a re-gift to my brother, probably.
No, I'd use it probably.
Okay.
To be fair, none of the things on there. I think it's when people buy me food gifts that I can't eat because of my dietary options.
Very
That
selfish.
annoys me. Well, they know as well, and then they go, "Oh, I forgot."
Or they think I thought that was vegan, and it's like a dairy chocolate caramel bar.
Dairy caramel bar. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
sure you did.
So obviously, if people have had bad gifts, they can get in touch with us, can't they?
They can, if I can find the details of how you can get in touch. And
But
it's
you
very
can comment
easy, though.
under this video.
You can, if you're watching us on YouTube, comment below. You can also email commentbelowpod@gmail.com, on X, at commentbelowpod, or Instagram at commentbelow_pod.
Entered quick there. There you go then. So join us again tomorrow for our next Advent calendar treat. I wonder what it will be.
Season's greetings.